They were never supposed to become mysteries. A woman found burned in Norway. No name, no past, no identity. 5 men who went to a basketball game and were never seen the same way again. And a quiet farm in Germany where an entire family was murdered, but the killer may have never truly left. No escape. In 1922, a family living on a remote farm in Germany started noticing strange things. Footsteps in the snow leading to their house, but none leaving. The farmer followed them, but found nothing. Then they heard noises. They were coming from the attic. Slow movements late at night, like someone was up there, watching. A newspaper appeared on the property, one they had never bought, and a set of keys went missing. Days later, a new maid arrived. She lasted only hours. She claimed the house was haunted and refused to stay. Then it happened. One by one, the family members were lured into the barn and killed. But it didn't end there. The youngest child was found inside the house, and so was the maid. But here's what makes this case truly disturbing. After the murders, someone stayed. The animals were fed. Smoke was seen coming from the chimney. Meals were prepared. For days, someone was living inside that house, sleeping there, moving through the rooms, while the bodies were still inside, and then vanished. No suspect, no explanation, just one terrifying question. Who was living in that house after everyone was gone? Vanished. February 24th, 1978. 5 men, Jack Madriga, Bill Sterling, Ted Weher, Jack Hoot, and Gary Mathias, drove to a basketball game in Chico, California. They were excited. The next day they had their own game. They never showed up. On the way home, something changed. Their car was later found abandoned on a remote mountain road far from their route. It wasn't stuck. It wasn't damaged. There was gas. They simply left it behind and walked into the freezing wilderness. Days turned into weeks, then months. When the snow melted, search teams made a disturbing discovery. Deep in the forest, they found a trailer. Inside was Ted Weher. He had survived for weeks after going missing. His beard had grown. He had lost a massive amount of weight. And inside that trailer, military food rations, canned supplies, enough food to keep him alive much longer. But most of it was untouched. He wrapped himself tightly in blankets and stayed there. Nearby, investigators found Jack Hoot's remains outside the trailer. Bill Sterling's remains scattered miles away in the forest. Jack Madriga's body closer to the car. But one man was never found, Gary Mathias. And that's where things get even stranger. Gary was the only one experienced in the outdoors, the only one who could survive in those conditions. His shoes were found inside the trailer, meaning someone else may have worn them, and after that, he vanished. No body, no trace, no answers. Why did they drive into the mountains? Why leave a perfectly working car? Why ignore food and shelter? And most chilling of all, what made 5 grown men walk willingly into the dark, freezing wilderness and never come back? Is the woman.
Kvinnan var funnet søndag 29. november attmed restene av et bål delvis forbrent. De har funnet rester av bensinrør, og hun hadde tatt en del tabletter. Men hvem var hun, hva kom hun på, hva skulle hun, og hva var det grunnen som hadde hendt? Politiet har hatt et umåtelig stort arbeid med å granske det øvresle som var av spor. Det er svært få som har lagt merke til henne. Hun hadde mest ingenting på seg eller i bagasjen som kunne tjene til å finne ut hvem hun var.
In 1970, a body was discovered in a remote valley in Norway. The place had a nickname, Death Valley. The woman had been badly burned. But that wasn't the strangest part. Every label on her clothes had been removed, as if someone didn't want her to be identified, and traces of fuel were found nearby. Some of her personal belongings were scattered around her, as if they had been placed there intentionally.
Hva land har hun kommet fra?
Vel, det er vanskelig å si. Det vi nå arbeider med, det er at det muligens kan være kommet fra Frankrike, nærmere bestemt av.
When police searched her belongings, they found something disturbing. Suitcases hidden at a nearby station, filled with wigs, different outfits, and personal items linked to multiple identities. She had been traveling across Europe, changing names. Claudia Tealt from Brussels stayed in Hotel Bristol, Bergen. Genevieve Lancier from Louvain stayed in Viking Hotel, Oslo. Claudia Nielsen from Ghent stayed in K&A Hotel at Stavanger. Again and again. Then came the codes. Small pieces of paper with strange markings, numbers, letters, patterns. To this day, no one has fully explained them. Some believe she was a spy. Others think something even darker happened.
Nei, vel, saken er jo ikke ferdig, men fra første stund så har man gått ut fra at det ikke forelå det. Fra første stund på åstedet, vi må jo si om ikke de endelige resultater foreligger fra Rettstoksikologisk institutt, men så er det vi vet, intet som gjør oss grunn til å anta noe annet. Så vel i kriminaltekniske, rettstoksikologiske og rettsmedisinske uttalelser synes ikke rokke vår oppfatning i det.
But one question remains. Who was she? Really? She lies in a zinc coffin in Norway with no name, no past, no answers. And after all these years, no one has come forward. No family, no records. It's almost as if she was never supposed to be found. Thank you everyone for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment to support the channel.